Hello, guys. My name is Mayank, and I'm going to tell you the modern job search secrets. Why these are important? Because the ways of hiring and ways of approaching to the candidates for the right job has been changed drastically in the recent years. So it is very important to look for that one, that what are the right thing you should work upon, right? So whenever you look any opportunity, there are multiple factors working behind that. So you have to qualify those things, then only you can get that job. Very first thing, that if any opening coming or not, right? So if there is an opening, the very first thing is that, are you able to see that opening, right? Because if you don't know that there is an opening, you do not apply for that, you do not get shortlisted, and you do not get that job. So very first thing is that your reachability, your awareness, that you should be aware of any of the requirements. So first thing is an opening. Next thing is, are you able to apply it, right? You apply for that job. So if you apply for that job, how do you apply? How is your resume for that one, correct? Second thing, after that one, once you apply for that job, that recruiter might get to know about you. Are you getting shortlisted for that one or not? Once you are getting shortlisted, then what is your location, your current salary packages, those different conditions matters, right? Once you just qualify these things, then only you get an interview call. So you are having a very good skills, you have a very good technical knowledge, you are best fitted for the job, but still you do not get hired. So I'm going to tell you exactly that what you have to do in order to get a right job for you, how you get a better salary package, right? Let's focus what are the multiple criterias work behind that one. The first thing is how to create a resume, right? Whenever you are going to apply for job, the first thing, that is resume. So resume is basically you can create in the MS Word. If you have very good understanding of MS Word, you can just open a Word doc here and you can go ahead and create a resume. But if you want some ready-made templates available, you can use Canva. That is one of the provider, right? So there's, you can search for Canva here. So the first link, here it is. You can search for resume templates, professional resume you can pick, and you can pick any of the ready-made templates available. I do not recommend to take it any paid version. Just take any of the free version available, and be cautious about choosing the colors. I do not recommend to choose colors which are very bright or just going in your eyes, right? So, or you can just take any of the black and white colors, that, but it should look good, right? So I have just taken one of the example template here. You can modify according to your name, right? Let us suppose Mayank, right? So that's how you can make them, right? You can mention it here like security engineer, whatever you are. If you are in the networking field, you can mention in the networking, network administrator, whatever you are. Just write something about your about me. This about me field is like tells your behavior or your attitude, that how you want to proceed in the professional life. So it is recommended to just, if you tell something about yourself in the short and crisp words, that's really good, right? Mention your experience, that in which companies you have worked upon, and prefer to try to mention at least 4 to 5 lines in any of the organization whatever you have worked upon. right? Languages, same thing you can just mention here, English or any native languages. If you know it, you mention it. Another thing is like skills. These are skills are very important because let us suppose you know the networking, right? So you put the networking very first here. You know network security, you can mention it here like network security. Let me zoom a bit. Network security, right? Teamwork, you also want to do it, but teamwork, if you are applying for any lead profile, you can work for the teamwork, or let it be like that, meeting deadlines, or you can just add like you have understanding of Linux, right? Or you are having the knowledge of cloud as well. If you have, just to mention it. Another thing, you can add page here and just mention whatever the skills you are having. Once your resume is ready, now it's time for you to apply for any of the job. In India, basically, we are having the best platform, that is Naukri.com. So you can go for that, Naukri.com. I have searched any job, like I have selected, I think, Palo Alto firewall I have searched upon, or let me click, yeah, Palo Alto firewall I have searched upon, and the 7 years of experience job I'm looking for, and location I'm preferring the Bangalore as of now. I have searched this thing to show you that how basically the jobs are posted, right? So I just searched it and I get multiple jobs available for Palo Alto engineer. The one is an HCL Tech, Capgemini, Teamless Services Limited, Originity, Thought Focus, sorry, Innova Solutions, Flipkart, Seven Nova Technologies, Dimension Data. So there are a lot of jobs. So let's take any of them. Let's pick this Capgemini. Now, once you look on the description, just focus that what are the things they are looking for. The very end, first thing they are having, that is basically like experience 4 to 8 years. So if you are having long 3 years or 9 years of experience, I suggest you to apply for that job. And people do it, like if they have don't have plenty of the candidates, though we are having a 99 people in the 5 days, so they may not consider you, but still there's nothing wrong in applying for the job if you are having 3 years of experience, whenever the requirement is for 4 to 8 years. Salary package, they have not disclosed that how much they will be getting, but you can just go for the standard salary increment that should be provided. Location is Bangalore, as it is we have searched for Bangalore. The most important thing, where the people are lagging, that is basically the job description, this part. Now the requirement is like that they are looking for a network analyst and network engineer or equivalent knowledge. We have searched for the Palo Alto, but they are looking for the network engineer as well. So if in your resume you are a security engineer and you have not mentioned anything regarding the networking, you may lag or you may not get shortlisted for this job. You have applied it, but still you will not get shortlisted because you have knowledge on only on the Palo Alto firewall. You might be having a knowledge on the networking and other firewalls, but you did not show it in the resume, right? So whatever the shortlisting or whatever is going to happen in this phase, that is based on your resume. They are not going to ask any of the question at this stage, right? Whatever your resume speaks, that's what it is, shortlisted or not shortlisted. So that's why it is very important to mention everything in resume. Where we were in the this phase, whenever we are in the next page, you have to mention everything regarding the Palo Alto firewall. What I suggest people, that you can just simply go to and just copy these lines. How you going to do? You can just copy this experience as a network analyst here. Let me take a page here in the MS Word, and you just mention like this: experience as a network analyst and network engineer or equivalent knowledge. Equivalent knowledge doesn't seem good, and you can just mention like that, right? Experience as network analyst or network engineer. Knowledge even does not matter. So now they come to know you have these two keywords in your resume. Whenever they might be looking for such a guy, they will take you it. Another thing, they are looking for experience with Palo Alto platform with firewall security policies is must. So if you have mentioned Palo Alto, you might get qualified for this job. Demonstrated work experience to deal with complex issues in areas of network security, technologies, next generation firewall. Oh, they are looking for the FortiGate firewall, Forti Manager, Forti Analyzer, along with Checkpoint firewall. So they want for the Palo Alto firewall here, you see, but they also want guys who are having the knowledge in the FortiGate firewall and Checkpoint firewall. Here is just a little twist that if you have an experience in the FortiGate firewall, not even a good experience, but just average, or in fact, you have just uh, I can say basic understanding of FortiGate and Checkpoint, I recommend to mention it in the resume. So it will give a boost whenever you are applying in a job, because such type of things are happening in most of the job description. They are looking for one thing and try to match with other things as well. They want another skills also to be included in this, right? Next thing, they are looking for like excellent knowledge in configuring and troubleshooting BGP, EIGRP, OSPF, and FHRP protocols, right? So now you can also do the same thing. You can just copy these things here from here. Excellent knowledge, or just don't mention excellent knowledge, but just knowledge on this firewall. So it includes that even you are having the basic understanding, right? So you can just mention it here. I just you can also add these things, right? So you can just mention experience working on FortiGate, FortiGate, Palo Alto. Palo Alto you might have already mentioned, right? So Palo Alto and Checkpoint firewall. So that's what you can do. Next things you can do, like you already included that BGP and EIGRP part. So networking is included. Even if you have knowledge on the Linux, you can have like a basic knowledge, or you have the good knowledge. You can mention like some good knowledge of understanding of Linux environment. You can also mention if you have the good exposure of cybersecurity or any of the coding languages, like knowledge on scripting languages, or you can share the automation languages, because automation is the in demand right now, such as Python. At least if you don't know the Python, I recommend it to have just basic understanding. So at least Python is must. Even if you know Ruby or other languages, then also is fine. Like currently it is so many scripting languages are there. You if you know them, that's well and good. Just mention them, so it just give a boost to your resume, right? So such type of things you can do. Another thing, like you can do, you can look for the certification. Let us suppose you are applying for any uh, cybersecurity jobs, right? So if you are applying for like any cybersecurity, or just take a simple example, if you are applying for networking, right? So networking means CCNP. So just go for search for CCNP syllabus, right? So if you go for CCNP syllabus and go to CC Enterprise, and here you might get uh, it is quite slow, I think, or it is exams. Okay, in core, and here is the content. So if I go for the how why my computer is so slow? It's okay. Let me remove my power cable. And let us suppose you are looking for an infrastructure, like okay, review exam topics first. It's just I think when my power cable is connected, so it becomes a little bit slow. So now if you just see it here, let us suppose infrastructure. So there are multiple things, right? And the configure and verify OSPF environment, including multiple normal areas. So whatever you, for the simplicity, what you can do, you can just simply copy this simple line. That's it. One thing. And just paste in your resume, right? So you don't have to use your mind. Just simply copy and paste works. If you know NAT and PAT, but yeah, whatever you mention, just make sure you have at least basic idea you have that what is this in the resume. After that one, just don't make this font or color difference, right? So make sure that everything is in the same format, like this, right? Not, it should not be like font size can be up and down, but the font type, like if you are using Calibri, so it should be the same throughout your resume. Size can be like if you want to mention something in your resume, like if you want to focus on Palo Alto firewall, you can just go to like this and you can hit on bold. So whoever is looking at your resume, they will simply come to know, okay, you are want to show Palo Alto firewall, right? So these things you can do. And if you want like ready-made template, I suggest you to go for the Canva. So that makes things a bit easy here, right? So that's what you can do. So once you like applying for a job here, so if you have good resume, your criterias are matching based on the requirement, because here there are some requirement. If you have already mentioned these things on your resume, the chances of getting shortlisted are more. You will easily be shortlisted if you have these many of things like antivirus and URL filtering. So it is a very good practice, or in fact you can say the idea. You can have like multiple resumes. If you are applying for, sometimes it happens that you are eagerly looking for a job, you are applying for networking opening, for the network requirement is there, you are applying for that. You are a security guy as well, you are applying for security as well, right? So in that case you can have one resume which is more focused on networking, yeah, and little about the security. Another resume more focused on security and little bit in the networking. The similar applies to the, like, if you are in the development or something, like sometime it happens that you are very good at Java or any other things inside any module, you are very good, right? But you are a bit weak on the DevSec, DevOps. You are a bit okay. So what you do, you just, whenever you have a job requirement for Java, you mention everything on Java very much, but something included on the DevOps. But if there is a more like a pipeline or DevOps or integration, right? So you mention more on DevOps, but little bit on Java. So anybody looking on the resume, they do not feel it like I'm looking for a guy who should be on the DevOps, but this guy is basically on Java. So that will not happen, right? So these things should be happening. All right. So this is the first thing, that you created a resume, and you look for a job. You have created a profile in the Naukri.com. So looking for a job is fine. Next thing, what you have to do, you have to continuously updating your profile, right? Why this is important? Let us suppose you have come to the Naukri.com website after 2 years, and there is a like field, recruiter keep looking that what is the last update on the profile, or when it was last updated. If your profile is last updated before 2 years, it means that you are not eagerly looking for a job. So recruiter might not contact you, or they feel it that this guy is not looking for change. And these profiles are also not pushed at the top, and they are not being shown to the recruiter, because algorithm of this Naukri.com works in such a way that whoever the profile is recently updated, like in a week or in a month. In fact, month is also too much. It must be updated every week. If it is updated every week, it is pushed high and recruiters are looking onto it. If you don't have something to update, or nothing, you just uh, update the same resume again and just save it. So at least it is showing the latest date or recent date, that when it was last updated. And in the recent scenarios, now our LinkedIn is in the boom, right? We are having a very good platform, that is social networking platform, LinkedIn. With the help of LinkedIn, you can connect to people. You can ask them like, the first thing is like connect. You can connect to the multiple peoples. Just if you know them, it is fine. If you do not know them, just simply send a request to connect them, and you can mention that why you want to connect them. You can write a professional message to them that we are in the same working field, and we want to connect to you. I want to connect you so that we can uh, be in touch professionally, right? So it's like you might be seeing that multiple recruiters are there, so you can follow them if they have having the huge number of followers, or they have multiple peoples connected to them. Yeah, same time be uh, cautious that you're not going in the wrong direction, or you're not following any fake person, right? Because word is like that. Keep posting. If you are in the like LinkedIn, just keep uh, have a post at least, I think once in a week or 15 days, right? So what happens that whenever you post something like there is a requirement or you are open to work, you can mention that one in your post, that you are eagerly looking for a job, and keep interacting. Like if somebody is posting, if it is good or bad, so just try to put your views on that, that it is really good, you like it, or you're commenting on it. So if you keep on trying to interact with the people, and keep interacting with the website, your profile is boosted. Your profile will be visible to others, like connect options coming, right? You see that in some, in your profile, some plus connect option is there, that you can connect to these people. So whenever, if you are interacting more, if you are more active on the LinkedIn, your profile will be visible to more people, and more people will be requesting or trying to connect you. So your like group or the connectivity or your network will be strong, and you may get more jobs awareness. you can get a better job, better salary package, right? So that's how it is going to happen. Next thing is that whenever you are in the notice period, just try always mention that notice period, because if you do not mention the notice period, you may miss the job. I have experienced that people 15 to 30 days remaining, or 15 to 30 days notice period, are eagerly or highly required by the recruiters, and they are like getting 100 to 200% incremental in their calls, interview calls. They will be getting called that are you looking for a job change, rather than a guy who are having a notice period of 3 months or 90 days. So always mention, either it is a LinkedIn or it is a Naukri.com, always mention this notice period, that for that you are on notice period and this many days of are remaining. So normally it is like you mention that last working day, with that it is automatically picked that how many days are remaining. So just mention that this is your last working day and you are serving the notice period. So serving notice period, people are picked much with to the picked much by the recruiter. So this is the really good thing. So that's it. I think there are a lot of things, and if you are quite good on these things, you if you want to focus on the technical skills, you can use my website. And here I have just some of the videos on the networking, right? So in networking you will having the CCNA here, and again you will be having the other videos on the FortiGate firewall, checkpoint firewall, and Palo Alto firewall. So if you are good at these soft skills, like how to create resume and apply them, and how to go these things, and just struggling to for the technical knowledge, you can use this platform. Website is this one, freshdeveloper.online. I will mention it on the uh, description as well of the video. You can use this to go for the videos, right? Let us suppose, let me open for the FortiGate firewall. I think FortiGate firewall is not completed, but I will complete it. It's less number of videos. I will continue on this. Palo Alto firewall I'm currently working on. So it is having large number of videos, and I'm uploading more and more. All right, guys. So that's it on this job search secrets. And if you like it, don't forget to like or leave a comment, whether it's good or bad. Doesn't matter. But yeah, just give some feedback, whatever you feel it. All right, guys. See you soon in the next video. Most probably it will be technical. Till that, bye bye.